right, we ready, Coach?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever.
All right, we are joined by Coach Scott Sandelin with UMD men's hockey following a win over UND. Coach, any opening comments?
Good hockey game. Again, exactly what we expected. We seem to have had a lot of great games with these guys, tight games. Again, not a lot of room on the rink. Both teams, I think, had some sustained offensive zone and opportunities off transition and some mistakes, but it was just a pretty solid hockey game, and it was nice to finally win a shootout. I think that's the first one we've won since the league started.
All right, we will open up questions here. Matt Wellens.
Scott, what do you think Jesse Jock's line there tonight, and just in the pod in general here? How do you feel those guys have been playing?
Good. I thought since Tanner's been on there too, he's helped. He's such a worker, and Kobe's had a good start. Since this pod began too, and he's had a good preseason before we got in here too. And we need Jesse. We need those guys to step up. And tonight they played a pretty solid hockey game, and they've been good for us. I mean, they're older players. We need those guys to contribute and be a factor on our team.
All right, back to Matt.
Scott, I think you had mentioned, I forgot if it was here or just you and I talking in general, that you'd experimented with the 5 forwards on the power play in the preseason. How do you feel those guys looked out there on the advantage tonight? How do you feel that worked?
Fine. We've practiced it a few times just in case. And, it's nothing. Cole's on that other unit. He gives that unit whatever unit he plays on. He's a shot threat. And obviously, we felt we'd like to try and get him on there and get him some more shots and try and create some of that too. But the other 4 just kind of create off themselves. So it's just an experiment, and we'll see if we stay with it.
All right, another one from Matt.
Scott, I felt like this was Cole's best game of the pod so far. What kind of step do you feel he took out there tonight?
Well, again, I think he's had some good moments, and probably a more complete game tonight. But again, when he's skating, and he's a guy that's important to our team. Like sometimes he's not always maybe getting shots, but the puck pressure he can put on with his feet because he can skate, or putting defensemen on their heels because he can skate. I mean, those are things that are important in a game. Sometimes he's first on pucks a lot because of that, and he's a valuable member. And again, part of the power play too is to try and maybe give him a little confidence too, and you get him on there with those other guys, and maybe he scores a goal or two. But no, I mean, we know how important it is. I think he's played fine. I mean, certainly, I think tonight our whole team was probably a better effort over 60 minutes. There's certainly moments in every game that you want to look at and get better at, but over the 60 minutes, I thought it was a much better effort, team effort from everybody.
All right, we'll do one final question here from Matt.
Scott, I was going to say, was this the cleanest game? Not a win-win, but was this maybe your team's best game of the pod? I know they got a lot of 5-on-5 time. I thought they handled the pressure real well. Was this their cleanest game so far?
Well, yeah, I think from start to finish, it was better. I think we played harder. I thought our compete level was good. I thought the beginning, the first period was certainly our best period. It was nice to get that lead. They made a push at the end, and that's just, you expect that when you play teams like North Dakota, right? They're a really good hockey team, and they're dangerous, and they've got some weapons, and they transition well, and they got that attack mentality, and we got pinned in a few times, but I thought our defensive structure for the most part was good. But again, we still got to clean up some puck things. We're making some soft plays, and right now those plays and those decisions are not helping us. So we got to continue to get better at it.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach, and congrats again on the win.
Thanks.
All right, we're joined here by Nick Swaney following UMD's win over UND in the shootout. Nick, how do you feel after getting that big win here?
Yeah, that was huge. Obviously, we knew coming in it was going to be a battle for 60 minutes, and obviously it went on a little longer than that. So I think that big thing for us was just playing full 60 minutes, staying with the game. And yeah, it was nice to get that shootout win.
All right, over to Matt Wells.
Nick, can you take us through your attempt there on the shootout? I swear I thought I saw you pull that same move at a wild development camp a few years back. Maybe a little more flair on that during the wild development camp, but just what were you looking at there as the last shooter?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of come in with speed. I think the whole time I knew I was going to shoot the puck, so kind of just waiting for an opening. He kind of went down and saw a top corner, and fortunate to find it back in the net.
All right, and back to Matt.
Nick, what's it mean? I know it's still really early in the season, but after 5 games in the pod, you guys are first place in the league, haven't lost a game yet. You got a 5-point cushion on North Dakota and St. Cloud. Having often been the team chasing teams in the league standings late, what's it mean to jump out to a lead here in the standings right now?
Yeah, it's huge for us. I think we kind of came in with this expectation, compete in every single game, make the most of every opportunity, and that's kind of what we've done so far. Obviously, with that being said, we still have a lot of work to do. We did a lot of good things today. Sandy will for sure talk to us to clean some things up, and we got 4 games left to go, and looking to build every single game.
Back to Matt.
Nick, we saw the 5-forward power play unit out there. Is that a much different feel for you guys, or did it always feel like 5 forwards the last few years with Scotty out there quarterbacking things? And even when you see Wyatt out there quarterbacking the power play, he moves and plays a lot like a forward too.
Yeah, I don't think it was too much different. I think we kind of all had that mindset of trying to create momentum every single time we get an opportunity. So that's kind of the goal for us. I mean, obviously we know we're not going to score every time, but the big thing for us is just trying to create chances, create positive momentum so that we can get some momentum off of those odd man opportunities.
All right, another one from Matt.
Nick, Ryan Fanti comes up big for you guys in the shootout there. Gutsy poke check. I'm wondering how much confidence his play, maybe the confidence that he shows, how much is that fueling you guys out there?
Yeah, it's really big. I think obviously whenever you get an opportunity back in goal, I mean, obviously it's a totally different aspect. So for him, I think just getting a few games and just he can kind of show what he's all made of, and he's done an awesome job for us. And yeah, that was huge, making 3 saves in the shootout like that, playing a hard 60 minutes, and that's what we expect every night, and we know that he's going to give that to us.
Do you guys feed off that? Oh, sorry, Sean. Nick, just follow. Nick, do you guys feed off that confidence that he displays in goal?
Yeah, for sure. I think kind of like we talked about starting the D zone. I think from the netminder out, that's a huge boost for us. When we see him making saves and that confidence that he has, it feeds off of guys, and stuff like that's contagious. So for sure, use it to our advantage.
All right, do we have any final questions for Nick? All right, congrats again, Nick.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
All right, we're joined by Ryan Fanti following UMD's win over UND. Ryan, how's it feel to get that big win under your belt and get rolling here?
Yeah, it was good. Thought overall, I think we played one of our better games out of the 5 games so far. Yeah, they got a couple of bounces and we did too, but it was nice that it ended up on our side in the end.
All right, over to Matt.
Nick, the guys playing in front of you, coaches talked about, wasn't always happy with the play in your own zone, especially with that forecheck Miami put on you guys. How do you feel those guys handled the pressure North Dakota put on you tonight? Was that a much better effort by everyone in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There's a couple of spurts in the second period where maybe it wasn't too good, but I thought overall in the third and the first, we did a good job at playing good defense in between our own 2 dots and limiting lots of it to the outside. So I think that's one thing that we got better at, and we can continue to build off in the following 4 games here.
All right, back to Matt.
Ryan, take us through your decision to poke check Gaber there in the second round of the shootout. When do you know you're making a move like that?
I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of a hunch, I'd have to say. He scored a nice goal against Western Michigan on a breakaway, and that was kind of in the back of my mind. So I don't know. I was thinking, take away the angle as much so that I know he's going to come in, and he's got good hands. So hopefully he makes a move, and then just try and time it as best I can. And I was lucky enough it worked out.
All right, and over to Chelsea.
Kind of along those lines. Talk about the seeing Swaney score on the other end, and then obviously you know what's coming next. How are you feeling kind of in that moment?
I don't think felt pretty good. I think as a goalie as a goalie anyways, personally, I like shootouts a lot better than overtime. But it wasn't too much pressure. You just got to think of those situations. It's just another one in practice. You do a million shootouts in practice throughout the year, but yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. Just you and another guy, and you gotta come out on top. So it's a good little challenge each and every shot.
All right. Do we have any other questions for Ryan here? Jordan?
Yeah, Ryan, you guys keep showing a way to score late to tie it up when you're down. As a goalie back there, what's it like knowing that your team's got your back in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. You can have their back throughout the whole game, and maybe a bounce or two doesn't go your way, just like on that deflection on the Pinto goal. But I think that just is a testament to our team continuously through these 5 games, and hopefully the rest of the season is that it's a lot of confidence. No matter what, whether it's 1 or 2 goals late on the game, you have those guys that are always going to step up, and it's huge. It's real good confidence booster, and as long as you have their back, they're going to have yours at the end of the game. So it's really good.
All right, and back to Matt.
Ryan, I'm wondering how you're feeling energy wise, having played 4 of the 5 games now. You mentioned to me on the podcast, you kind of like playing this much because it gets you into the rhythm. But I'm wondering, just you and the entire team, as you hit the halfway point of the pod, how are you guys feeling?
I think overall really good. Things have gone well, and I think that's a big thing. I think even at this point, mentally is just as big as physically, and the morale going around is pretty good right now, and I think that's helping a lot. So I think overall it's pretty good. Like I said, we just gotta mention a few times. It's just you gotta take care of your body and know what you need or what you don't need, so that these last 4 games, we can finish strong and overall have a good pod experience here.
All right, and any final questions here for Ryan? All right, thanks for your time, Ryan, and congrats again on the win.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.